score! Naylor shot, oh what a goal! Williams' left-footed shot, what a brilliant goal! Will hit this from here, and he'll score a brilliant goal!
Hello Blue Army and welcome to Fratton Live, our inaugural pre-match show. Pompey of course taking on Bristol Rovers this afternoon in Sky Bet League 1. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff here and I'm absolutely delighted to say I'm joined by Pompey legend Alan Knight. Knightsy, welcome. The fans all at home are just about to see the players start coming out to start their warm-ups.
Yep.
You've been in many a Pompey dressing room over the years. What will the thought process be in there right now? How will the lads be feeling?
We spoke off air. I mean, look, the lads will be feeling a little bit of pressure. I mean, we're going into 4 massive games now. We all know that, but I'm sure Danny and the staff would have been working really hard since the Swindon game on trying to keep everyone's nerves and at a limit. And yeah, I mean, you'll want to be getting out there. You'll want to be getting out on that pitch and putting things right.
Now, you mentioned the Swindon game, and on Tuesday evening, Pompey made the trip to Wiltshire and the county ground to take on Swindon Town. So let's recap all the key moments from that.
Garrick on the right, he's got an overlap in the form of Payne. Naylor nods it down again. Daniel's not sure with his touch in the penalty area. Payne once more to Pittman. Pittman, can he get the shot away? He'll try on his right foot, and Brett Pittman will score for Swindon. It was inevitable, wasn't it? Theory, he's only got 6 seconds. Pittman controls it well and plays it in the area. It's a great chance for Swindon, and Smith goes to ground, and it's going to be a penalty kick. Foul from Charlie Daniels, who concedes a penalty for the 2nd game running. Tyler Smith goes down. Here we go, Pittman against McGilvery, shuffles in his run-up and then sends McGilvery the wrong way and makes it 2-0 to Swindon, and Portsmouth have 30 minutes and a huge mountain to climb. Swindon slightly hurried in their clearance through 𝗟𝗓𝗡, who once scored a hat-trick against Portsmouth when playing for Bury in a match that ended 4-4. Swindon give it away, and Portsmouth have it through Marquis. Comes in field, Curtis in the area. Can Curtis finish with his 2nd touch? He can! Finally, Portsmouth get on the score sheet. Marquis threading it through to Ronan Curtis. It's Swindon Town 2, Portsmouth 1.
Yeah, Marquis, finally a bit of quality. Lovely little ball.
Curtis' 11th of the season's given them hope that they could do with a leveller as it's given away, and Tyler Smith drives forward for Swindon, and Cannon comes across with a good challenge, but Smith in the area. Has he got the chance to get the shot away? And he has, and Swindon have made it 3-1, and Portsmouth are going to lose to the bottom club in the division.
Knightsy, that midweek result was a real backward step, obviously. How do the players go about mentally preparing now for the rest of the season, all must-wins?
Yeah, I mean, like I said just prior to watching that, there would have been a concerted effort in training and on and off the pitch about looking at obviously where things went wrong. You'd have gone over that. You don't want to dwell on that too much. You're then starting to look to the next game. It's always about the next game, and that's what it is today.
Chance to right the wrongs of the last
exactly,
fixture.
And for players to prove a point. As I said, the only way as a player you can put those wrongs right is out in the next game, out on the pitch. And so, yeah, it does add extra pressure, but that's all part of playing football. That's all part of being a pro footballer. So, yeah, I think they should embrace that. And I'm sure Danny and the coaching staff will be looking at all the positives, keeping all the negatives away. They're getting enough of that on social media. And so, yeah, I mean, I think they will want to go and prove a point today.
Now, the goal that Pompey did score the other night, obviously fans will be crying out that they want to see it sort of epitomised the style of attacking intent and play that the fans have been crying out for in these last few games and most of the season, really. You know, with everyone facing goal, runners, good options, and dragging the defenders around to create the space.
Yeah, look, I mean, in the first 4 games of the Cowley's tenure, you saw that. You did see players playing with that openness and that attacking intent. Unfortunately, with the way results have gone, it's about confidence, isn't it? Confidence starts to wane a little bit. Touch, your 2nd touch, and all those little things in and around it. But as I said, we've got more than enough ability. The players have got to believe that. I'm sure they do. And as I said earlier, they've got to go out there. It's sod's law when you're playing teams in and around the bottom. And I've heard people talk about, oh, it's great you're playing teams that are dead and buried. I'm telling you, it's the worst teams to play.
You want the mid-table teams, nicely. They've already, well, they would usually be on the flight, but in these times it's the barbecues on, the flip-flops are on, and mid-table security. Those are the types of teams you want in the run-in.
There is no easy games, there isn't. And look, we're going into massive games now, and I'm going to cliche up again here. I mean, this is the biggest game of the season so far.
Yes.
But as a pro player, or as any player, you want to be playing in them games, and you want to show your worth, and you want to right the wrongs and shove a few words down a few people's throat as well.
Should be relishing this afternoon then.
Well, they will be. There will be nerves and there will be that, but they'll want to get out there, and as I say, they'll want to right a few wrongs.
Most definitely. Now, as we can see, Pompey currently occupy 8th position in Sky Bet League One. A win today will propel them back into those important playoff positions, but obviously results elsewhere do have to go in our favour. Bristol Rovers, on the other hand, are rock bottom of the pile under the stewardship of 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘, but don't discount them, Knightsy, as you alluded to there.
No, I mean, look, Joey said some strange things in midweek when
the press conference from
after
Joey
their defeat in midweek. He said some very strong things. I mean, whether it was a reverse psychiatry thing, because he slaughtered them, and whether he's looking for a reaction from that, and then for them to do what we're talking about, putting a few words down his throat, God knows, maybe so. But as I said, not worried about Bristol Rovers.
Focus on ourselves.
Focus on what we do. It's about what we do in the next 4 games, and hopefully another 3 after that.
And remember, you can see how Pompey get on today. All you have to do is head over to the club's official website and go to the iFollow pages, and you'll be directed to where you can buy your matchday pass and view all the action live from Fratton Park this afternoon. So, Knightsy, the team sheets are in, so here's how both teams line up, starting with Bristol Rovers. In goal, number 32, 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘. Number 3 in captain, Luke Leahy. Number 8, Zane Westbrook. Number 9, Brandon Hanlon. Number 14, Luke McCormick. Number 15, 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗪𝗚. Number 17, James Daly. Number 26, Jack Baldwin. 33, Alex Rodman. Number 37, Pablo Martinez. And number 43, George Williams. Substitutes today for Bristol Rovers include number 13, Joe Day. Number 2, Mark Little. Number 20, Cameron Hargreaves. Number 22, Josh Hare. Number 24, David Tutonda. Number 28, Zane Walker. And number 41, 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗧𝗧𝗢𝗡. And now your Pompey lineup. In goal, number 1, Craig McGilvery. Number 2, Callum Johnson. Number 4, and your captain, Tom Naylor. Number 7, Ryan Williams. Number 8, Ben Close. Number 9, John Marquis. Number 11, Ronan Curtis. Number 15, Rasmus Nikolaisen. Number 16, George Byers. Number 19, Marcus Harness. And number 20, Sean Raggett. Pompey subs today include number 22, Lewis Ward. Number 5, Paul Downing. Number 13, James Bolton. Number 14, Andy Cannon. Number 21, Charlie Daniels. Number 23, Harvey White. And number 40, Alfie Stanley. Knightsy, Pompey team, where can we hurt Bristol Rovers today? What players are we looking at to really, really give us a commanding performance and step up to the plate?
Well, you're going to look at, I hate the word, but your alleged uber big players, whatever word you want to give them. You're going to be looking at Marquis to stand up. You're looking at your captain Naylor too. And look, obviously you're going to say Curtis as well. But I'm looking at Williams to come into and Harness. I want them to start firing. In fact, I want them all to start firing again.
Yes, of course.
It would be wonderful. But they all have the potential to do that. And some have gone a little bit quiet, gone inside themselves. And as I said, that's going to be the manager and the staff's job to get it into their heads, and show them what they were doing 4 games into their tenure.
Oh, most definitely.
And let's go out and put it upon other teams.
And obviously there's no fan energy in the stadium to sort of intertwine with, but we could do with Ronan really sort of winding them up, couldn't we? Getting them at it.
Yeah, and look, Ronan, we know how important Ronan can be. We spoke earlier about not having supporters. I mean, I think Ronan's probably, if anyone probably suffered the most because he interacted with the supporters so well.
He thrives, doesn't he? When the Fratton faithful are here,
wind everyone
he
up
vibes and he thrives on that energy and adrenaline that you all give him.
But as you said, he took his goal well on Tuesday, and hopefully that will boost his confidence, and he'll go on and maybe get 1 or 2 today.
Most definitely. Now we know the lineups, it's time to turn our attentions to the thoughts of one half of Pompey's managerial team. Here's Danny Cowley.
We were desperately disappointed with the outcome on Tuesday. It's never nice to firstly let yourselves down. It's even worse when you know you're letting down your supporters that care so much and feel so much for the football club. You kind of always have to collectively burden that responsibility. What we have to do and what we have done is move forward. You wake up Wednesday morning pretty early with the game still on your mind. You try to wake up with enthusiasm and move forward. That's what we've always done. We've always been very process driven. Process is naturally tougher when you lose, but you get up and what you want to do is you want to work out the whys. Because if you can work out the whys, then hopefully you can make sure it doesn't happen again. There's 4 games to go and still everything to play for. People might think we have a mountain to climb, but we like climbing mountains. I spent my whole life climbing mountains. So we're going to look forward to this challenge. What I do know is there'll be twists and turns, trials and tribulations. It's the back end of a football season. There always is. Expect the unexpected. Put the focus and the energy into the controllables and what we can control and what we can improve. And that's the process. The outcomes, if you get too outcome oriented, which a lot of people do, I don't think that's a good thing at this time of the season. People, you get players just worrying about the outcome, playing for the end. We want to enjoy it. And we want our supporters to enjoy it. For our supporters to enjoy it, we've got to do a bit better. We've got to do a bit better. And that's what we're working really hard to try to do. But people might be ruling us out, and people might be saying that it's now impossible. Well, that's their opinion, but they don't have the privilege of controlling us and controlling our destiny, and we know what we're going to try to do, and we're going to the end, the absolute end, and we are determined to give this everything we've got. And listen, if we come up short, then we're going to make sure it ain't through the want to try, and we're going to do everything we can in our powers to give our supporters something to smile about and give our supporters something to look forward to in this really difficult time. Because, our ambition is to make them proud, always, every day. I think competitive, fighting hard for the manager and for the team, for the club. I think they've got some pace and power at the top end of the pitch. They obviously will be buoyed by the fact that they beat Portsmouth not so long ago in the reverse fixture. I think they've played many formations thus far. They've played the back 3, they've played the 4-3-3, they've played the 4-4-2. And they're playing competitively. And we know it won't be an easy game. Home form, let's be honest, would be significantly better if we could have our supporters in Fratton Park. There is no way that the supporters would have allowed us to lose the amount of games that Portsmouth have lost at home this year. There's just no way they would let that happen. So we've massively missed them. We've missed them more than any other club. Probably, I think any other club, so I've got to be honest. Yeah, any other club.
And as Danny said there, Knightsy, we have to move forward, 4 games to go and still everything to play for.
No, it definitely goes back to what we said earlier on. I mean, what's been's been, and now it's about, well, obviously firstly and foremost this game today, and then hopefully that will snowball into the final 3 games as well. But yeah, no, he's right. And as I said earlier, I think he would have worked very hard on the lads focusing on today's game.
Most definitely, and just touching on a few other themes that you mentioned there, we want to enjoy it and we want our supporters to enjoy it. He doesn't know Pompey fans, does he? Because even if we were 10-0 up, I would still be a little bit concerned, as I'm sure people at home would be thinking, Pompey always do things the hard way. So we want to enjoy it and we want our supporters to enjoy it. If they've got any nails left.
look, we know Pompey too well, don't we? No, look, we all know, we've all missed having the supporters here. We said that, didn't we? So, and more so, as we said earlier about Ronan, but
I'm sure as well, everyone at homes obviously would be desperate to be here today. Hopefully the images that you're getting behind us at the moment, Pompey just about to start, I think some football work and stuff, so hopefully that's a bit of like nostalgia, but a good sort of point for you to see that again. So that's what we're hoping for as well.
No, definitely. Well, hopefully not too long before everyone's back in there.
Ready, obviously.
And I mean, it's a little bit chilly up here, so they're not missing that.
It's slightly chilly,
but no
Sky Sports studio for us. We're out here.
Hopefully there can be a few back, and hopefully even more so if we do make the playoffs. I believe that there is a possibility that there might be a few allowed in for that. But yeah, as I said, we'll look more towards today's game and make sure we do the business first.
You've got some good sources there, Nicely. I didn't hear about that.
I've got Boris's text messages.
And again, just to mention the fans again, we've missed our supporters more than any other club. That's been pretty evident. And expect the unexpected, Pompey fans. Danny Cowley's final sort of sentiment there, expect the unexpected.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, I think we spoke again earlier. Look, we've been in the playoff positions in the past and unfortunately fallen short.
It's like the opposite way round.
Let's have the opposite way. Let's get a bit of momentum going, get ourselves back in there and move on from there, and who knows where that may take us.
Now, the murmurings are, Nightsea, that the Cowleys are set to be here for the foreseeable future. That's not an official source by any means. That was just murmurings.
I was going to ask you where you get your sources from there.
Tesco. Obviously, how impressed have you been with the manner and the way that they've not only conducted themselves coming in afresh, but also sort of re-galvanised the club and the supporters and the whole place?
Yeah, I mean, look, they come in, they had a fantastic start. There's been a bit of an eke-up, a stutter at the moment. But that happens. So, but I think, with no disrespect to Kenny and what's gone on before, they've come in, they've got a different outlook, very analytical with all the stuff that they do. Very articulate, very intelligent guys, and I'm not saying this blasé, but they say the right things.
I think a level of transparency, obviously, with the mic'd up feature that was also on obviously the club's official YouTube that you can go and watch a little later on if you haven't already seen it. But that sort of level of transparency, come into the training sessions, have a look. You know, we're going to put it out there on social media. We're going to put it out there on media.
Yeah. And why not? I mean, that is the modern day game. That's a lot of stuff that you do when you're mic'd up, when doing your coaching badges, blah, blah, blah. But no, I think that's given an insight for the supporters as well. And I think the supporters have seen it as a breath of fresh air, the way that they've come in and how they've been more open and have looked to embrace everything about the club.
Most definitely. Now, an injury update that was given by Danny and Nicky Cowley is that Alex Bass, brilliant news. As an ex-goalkeeper yourself, he's resumed training, obviously lighter training, but he is back on the grass. Yeah, no, it's great to see Alex back in. I saw that on the social media this week that he was back training with 𝗙𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗢𝗡, so no, great, and hopefully he can stay injury-free. And also Lee Brown is nearing a return to match action, so good news for Browner there as well. Hopefully he can come back. Not this one, obviously, the next one. Well, yeah, if it's the final couple of league games, but definitely if and when we're in the playoffs. Now, remember, you still have time to purchase your iFollow match pass for today's game. All you have to do is head to the club's official website, go over to the iFollow pages, and you'll be directed to where you can buy your match pass to watch all the action live from Fratton Park this afternoon. Now, as some of you may know, as part of our matchday experience here, we always compile a Pompey playlist, and we're always very sure to include one of our great local artists. Mona Vale is the brainchild of producers Jamie Hoddle and Lewis Gregory, growing up in bands together since being teenagers. Their recent release, Solace, gained support from Annie Mac and Danny Howard on BBC Radio 1, as well as widespread press support. So, taking us into our commercial break, here is Pompey's very own, it's Mona Vale. Welcome back to Fratton Live, now with kickoff versus Bristol Rovers fast approaching. It's time for Knightsy's favourite part of the show as we head over to social media and find out how you'll be supporting the Blues today. So there's going to be a few tweets on your screen there, but we've got a select few here. At Jeff Harris _665. He says, only a win will do today. Hashtag Pompey. Jeff Harris, you have hit the nail on the head.
Very much so, yeah. Can't doubt that.
Another one here, Lewis Pete at Lou Pete says, I would like to see Byers given a chance from the start today, which he's got, yes. I think he could create chances through the middle for Marquis, with Cannon behind him to bring us the forward momentum in midfield we've been missing recently. What do you think of that, Knightsy? He's obviously got Byers in there, so he's called that one.
He's called it, yeah. He must have had inside information.
I was going to say, maybe it's a Danny Cowley sort of alias account.
Hopefully his tactical nous is right as well. So, yeah, good.
Now, we promised you a player interview today, and who better than skipper Tom Naylor? He's been speaking to Ollie Marsh.
Well, Nails, Bristol Rovers are another side who are fighting for their lives. How difficult can it be playing against teams like that?
Yeah, I think it's always difficult with playing against sides who's want to fight for the for League One status next year, which is going to be difficult. Swindon was at the same on Tuesday. It was our game, and it's going to be our game today.
And obviously the results haven't been quite what you'd want them to be recently, but do you still have belief in the squad that you can make this season a success?
Yeah, 100%. I believe in this squad since day one. Obviously results haven't gone our way over the last couple of weeks, but we are at home today and we can get a few points back on the board and then go to 𝗟𝗓𝗩𝗘 on Tuesday and see where we are.
Do you still have that feel-good factor in the squad from when the new management team first came in training? Are people still enjoying it?
Yeah, everyone's enjoying it. Everyone's getting used to obviously the way of playing, which is always going to be like that. They've been in for 6 weeks now. Do you know what I mean? So it can't just happen overnight, and we just need to keep on working and keep believing in what we've got.
And how nice is it to be back at Fratton Park after a few away games on the spin?
Yeah, it's been a long 2 weeks. Obviously, 3 away games. It takes its toll. A lot of travelling, a lot of staying over. But yeah, it's so happy to be back at Fratton today and be on the home turf.
Thanks, Nails. All the best. Cheers.
Our thanks to the skipper Tom Naylor for talking to us, and our thanks also to Ollie Marsh and Max Swatton doing a great job on our media side of things today. Knightsy, very much a sense that morale in the squad still seems to be high despite recent results.
Yeah, look, Tom, manager, saying the right things, and we've said that. Look, that they'll be working on that from obviously coming out of the midweek game. As I said earlier, that's gone. It's all about what they do here today. Biggest game of the season. I know it's a cliche, but it is the biggest game of the season. So, yeah, they're going to go in. As I said, pros, they'll be going out there, they'll give it their all.
And as skipper, we obviously want him to be at his vociferous best this afternoon for us, don't we? As we alluded to earlier on in the show, we want the vocal players now to really step up and start, really hammering it home how much this is going to mean in the game and for the rest of the season. Yeah,
I mean, this is when Tom's the captain, he has to lead by example. No better time for him to start picking a few 20-yarder, 25-yarders into the top corner. That would be great. But as I said, I don't really care how we go about it today. Can come off someone's backside and we win 1-0 in the 93rd minute. That'll do me. But it would be nice if the lads, and I'm sure they'll be working their hardest to get to that, start playing with that confidence that we know they can play with and get the results that can get us to the place we need to be and want to be.
And from your own Pompey days, Knightsy, do you remember any captain magic moments that you can reel off for us, or do you remember any inspired moments from your captains that you served under?
I mean, I'd always look at the likes of Mickey Kennedy when we were in certain situations. I can't say on air what exactly went on in and around those times, but Mickey was always a big inspiration to us, as was Kenny Swain around that era as well. But everyone, we need to, and again I'm going to go into being cliched up, we need 11 captains and the subs. Everyone needs to be leading us today.
On the same page.
And that's what it's all about today.
Okay, well, we're going to see Pompey, a reminder of your Pompey lineup this afternoon. Knightsy said we need 11 captains, so here's 1, 2, 20. Number 1 in goal, Craig McGilvery. Number 2, Callum Johnson. Number 4, and your captain, just spoke to him, Tom Naylor. Number 7, Ryan Williams. Number 8, Ben Close. Number 9, John Marquis. Number 11, Ronan Curtis. Number 15, Rasmus Nikolaisen. Number 16, George Byers. Number 19, Marcus Harness. And number 20, Sean Raggett. Pompey subs today include number 22, Lewis Ward. Number 5, Paul Downing. Number 13, James Bolton. Number 14, Andy Cannon. Number 21, Charlie Daniels. Number 23, Harvey White. And number 40, Alfie Stanley. That's your Pompey team. Knightsy, how do you envisage this afternoon going? Your score prediction, please.
Well, the score prediction is going to be, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Pompey win.
2-0 Pompey win.
I'm going for a clean sheet.
And as all Pompey fans know, Alan Knight is never wrong when it comes to all things Pompey.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, but yeah.
OK, so the legend is saying a 2-0 win to Pompey today, and it'll be a vital, vital win indeed. You've been watching Fratton Live. Our thanks go to legend Alan Knight for joining us, and to all of you back at home or wherever you are for joining us here at Fratton Park this afternoon. Enjoy the match, play up Pompey.